So, how to actually sign your first client as a brand new growth agency. Brand new, you've decided to take that jump, build your first business. You're getting into the agency space, or maybe even a consulting offer, and you're a little bit unsure about how to actually go and sign that first client. Because obviously, once you've got that first client, you've got cash flow that you can reinvest into the business, and everything's good. But it can be a little bit challenging to sign that first client as you don't have any money really to put into the business. I get that. So, how to actually go about signing your first client. Now, of course, ideally, you're already going to have skills there, or at least if you don't have skills, you're going to have someone supporting you, having a mentor, having a coach or something, someone who does have skills that can help you with this. But the two main things that I would say that you need to do in order to actually sign this first client is, one, you need to get people aware of your offer. Obviously, you could have the best offer in the world, but if nobody knows about it, nobody's going to buy it because they don't know it exists. And then second of all, they need to trust your solution. Just because you're getting eyeballs on your offer, it could be a great offer, but if they don't trust you, then they're not going to buy from you. It's like, that's why like a lot of people watching this video might be in a stage where it's like, okay, you've watched my content, you know my offer, you know I guarantee results, but you don't yet trust me enough to actually take that first step. So there's two things that you need to do. You need to generate attention and you need to establish trust. You need to be able to show people like, okay, look, this actually makes sense and I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get you these results. These are two main things that you need to do. So let's break down exactly how you go about doing these two things. So first of all, generating attention. There's two things here that I'd recommend when you first get started in order to generate attention. First one is cold outreach. Second one is content creation. Now, not everyone is down to go into content creation. But what I would say is, as a business owner, you need to be able to think logically. The creator economy is very, very real, to the point where it's like, as a content creator, you can make, even if your business isn't that good, you can still make so much money. So creating content, in my opinion, like everyone, even if it's uncomfortable to you, it was uncomfortable to me too. In my opinion, everyone should be creating content if you're a business owner. But as well, just so that you know, it's not all just getting on camera and talking to the camera. Also, cold outreach. That is another way that we're going to be using to generate attention to get your first client. So let's start with cold outreach. First, start by DMing hundreds of people per day in your niche. If you're DMing hundreds of people per day, that's hundreds of new people every single day that are going to find out about your offer. And that's what it is. They're going to be aware of your offer now. Hundreds of people per day. It's basically just marketing. It's like you're having paid ads, but you're just doing it yourself. You're just manually doing it. So DMing 100 people a day in your niche. Let's say you sent 300 messages per day. 30% of those reply. That's like a pretty average response rate. And then that would lead to having 90 replies per day. 90 almost engaged leads per day. With 90 replies per day, if 10% of those book a call, then you have 9 booked calls per day. Now, realistically, you're probably not going to send 300 messages per day, and you're probably pretty bad at appointment setting. Like you're probably not hiring a professional appointment setter to do this for you. So realistically, you're probably not going to send this many messages. You're probably not going to get this many replies if you're doing it yourself. But this is a realistic expectation, like 100%. Like if you've got a team built out and you've got some good setters, absolutely achievable. And 9 booked calls per day. Do you think if you was taking 9 booked calls per day, you'd be able to sign at least one client in the next week or two? If you don't sign at least one client after booking 9 calls a day for a week, then you're just an idiot. You probably shouldn't be in business. So if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, oh, well, maybe I am an idiot. Trust me, bro, you're not. You will sign at least one client, okay? Have faith in yourself. So this is like literally just cold outright. Like this costs nothing. You're going to set up an Instagram account. You're going to set up a LinkedIn account. You're going to set up a Facebook account. You're going to make your profile look decent, presentable, attractive, and then you're just going to start firing out DMs to your target audience. Okay, you target real estate brokers. You're just going to start firing out DMs to real estate brokers. You target fitness coaches. Okay, firing out DMs to fitness coaches. It's as simple as that. Firing out DMs. You're going to have a conversation with them. You're going to try and find a pain point. Or maybe you're going to get an idea of like where they're trying to go with their business and how come like they're not already there. And then you're going to offer them a solution to get them from point A to point B. The solution is booking a call with you. Hey, bro, I can definitely help you out with that, man. Would you be free some point tomorrow to see if I can help you out with that? Cool. It's to see if this makes sense to you. Like, don't overthink it. Like, just get these calls booked in. 9 calls a day. That's guaranteed a client, pretty much. Cool. On to the next one. Content creation. Now, posting YouTube VSLs is really powerful because you don't need to go viral. It just needs to be super niche specific. You just need to be targeting your niche. Let's say you get 200 views in a YouTube VSL and it's really good copy. You're talking to your target audience. You're showing them content that they're actually interested in and that they would find helpful. 200 views. Let's say 1% of those convert. If it's really good content with like super specific messaging, 1%, super realistic. 1% conversion rate, that could be just 2 calls per day, just by posting a YouTube video. 20 minutes work, 2 sales calls booked. And the thing is about YouTube views, even though it's less calls than the 9 calls put per day, the people that come and book a call from a YouTube VSL, they're already warmed up. And that's what this fire emoji is there for. They're already warmed up. They're already pretty much in a position to buy from you because they're already sold on your solution. And that actually gets us into our next point as well. In terms of like what you'll struggle with, like I said, with cold outreach, you might struggle at first with your reply rate. You might not have a good CRM system in place to be tracking all of these leads. Or maybe you're just bad at appointment setting. These are things that can be obviously handled by having a coach, hiring appointment setters, stuff like that. You can handle all of this. And also there's like a book, like New Model of Selling. You need to buy that book. That'll help you. There's a couple of things that could go wrong, of course. But to be honest, like realistically, even if your numbers don't look like this, they will still look like, okay, maybe you're not booking 9 calls per day, but if you're booking 9 calls per week, then you still should sign your first client in your first week, right? Out of 9 calls, you should be signing that client. With the YouTube, it can be a little bit difficult at first because if you're a beginner and you don't really know what you're talking about, you might not know what to make content about, which is understandable. And what you'll find is that as you're DMing people all the time, when you're DMing people, they will have questions. And one little cheat code that I like to use when I'm making content is I like to make content regarding people's questions that they have for me in the DMs. I'm recording this video right here, right now, because someone just asked me, how do you sign your first client? So here we are. I'm recording a video about it. So what you'll find is doing the red will actually help you with the blue. It'll help you give you some good content ideas. It's going to take some while to get used to talking to the camera, having good messaging, stuff like that. It's going to take a while to get good at this, but obviously practice makes perfect. You will get there over time. Okay. And also you can always hire like a like content writer or like content consultant or something like that, or just a coach. Now, second of all, now that they are aware of your offer because you're generating attention through cold outreach and content creation, next we need to actually get our audience, get these eyeballs that are onto our offer. We need them to trust our solution. They need to see us as like, we are the solution. We are exactly what's going to get them from where they're at currently to where they want to be. So there's a few things that I've got down here. So first of all, when you are just first starting a business, like brand new offer, starting an offer, you need to have a no-brainer offer. Okay, some people disagree. Some people don't think you should have guarantees and stuff. But in my opinion, especially if you've got your new business and you've not got any credibility, you've got no testimonials, no case studies, you should not be taking people's money unless you can be super confident that they're going to get what they ask for. If you can't give a guarantee on your service, then you do not deserve their money in the first place. Yeah, in my opinion, if you don't have a guarantee, then you don't deserve their money in the first place. If you're a brand new beginner business owner and you're going to charge someone $2,000 to do a service, and you don't even know if you can deliver on that service, and you take their money anyway, and then you don't do a good job, that's just unethical, bro. That's just unethical, and you're building a foundation of sand. You need to have a no-brainer offer to the point where it's like they're covered. There's no real risk on their end. You're taking the risk. You're the beginner business owner. And as long as you've got good people around you that can help you make sure that you deliver on promises, then you're going to be good. Everyone's going to be happy. You're going to have a good business. You're going to have paying customers. You need to have a no-brainer offer, especially to start out with. Next, another option, and this also ties into point number 1, because if it's a commission-focused deal, there's not really much risk on their end. So you can offer a commission-focused deal where you get paid based on the results that you deliver for the business. It's pretty much a win-win. And also, like, commission-based deals can actually earn you like so much more than just an average retainer deal. And I know this from experience. Like, I've earned a lot of money in commission. I mean, as an appointment setter, my whole career was off commissions. So it's like, yeah, commission-focused deals can be a good way to introduce yourself to the industry. I don't really like the working for free thing to get test case studies. I don't really like that because it makes a horrible client relationship. There's a horrible dynamic there where it's like almost like you're like just like a bitch to your client. Like I don't like the dynamic, but I definitely recommend commission focused deals when you're starting out. It just makes it easier to get your foot in the door. And then the last thing is, again, goes back to the blue point over here, which is content creation. You can actually create business assets to warm up the leads and pre-sell them on your solution. This doesn't mean you have to be a content creator or an influencer. You don't need a YouTube channel to do this. You could just make videos like this on Loom. You could just make Loom videos. You could just make a VSL that you send to people before you book them in for a call. And that is going to educate your audience on what it exactly is that you do. And it's going to educate your audience on like why you are different to the other people in the space that might have similar solutions. Okay, why should you hire me, an appointment setting agency, rather than just investing more money into marketing? So that you can educate your audience and you can sort of implant the beliefs that you need them to have in order to buy your solution. This is going to make sure that by the time they get on a sales call with you, they already trust you. They already want to throw money at your face. Content is just so powerful in so many different ways, from warming up leads, nurturing leads, to just generating new attention. Content really is king in 2024. And I believe that if you don't get on content creation, then you will probably get left behind in the years to come, especially as AI comes up. I think you will get left behind. So yeah, you need to get on content creation, bro. That is the truth. But if you do all of this, like, you know, it's not rocket science. I'm sure you can agree with me right now, bro, that this is not rocket science, what I just told you. It's pretty straightforward to sign your first client. It's just about taking action, going out there and staying consistent, doing it every single day. Okay, you're DMing hundreds of people a day for 2 weeks. What, you're going to quit after 2 weeks like a little bitch? No, if it's been 2 weeks, like what if it takes you 6 weeks of DMing hundreds of people per day and posting the content every day to sign your first client? Okay, in 6 weeks, and by the end of the 6th week, you sign your first client, which is a 5K deal. Okay, it's not ideal. It's took me 6 weeks to make 5K, but what's the alternative? You make 5K in your sales job, working, calling phones like a dickhead all day. Like, what's the alternative, bro? So you just got to grind it out at first. And then once you've got credibility, testimonials coming in, case studies, you're getting more confident in your offer, you're building out a website, you've got your content creation going well, then the things are going to start to be automated. And once you've got that first customer, that first 5K's just come in or whatever, perfect. Now you've got cash to play with. Hire some setters. You can hire some setters with 5K. You can start running ads on Instagram. And now you can start to really build a business, bro. But it's just about taking action and getting started. Don't overcomplicate things at first. You just need to stick to the basics. Understand what your daily inputs are. Okay, here's what I need to do every single day in order to get the results. My daily inputs look like, okay, every day I record YouTube vid 5 times per week. Reels 5 times per week. Daily setter review. So reviewing my setter's performance every day. Daily KPI tracking. Make sure I'm tracking all my numbers. Reviewing ad spend, stuff like that. Story posts. Reviewing sales calls. I know exactly what I need to do every single day, and I make sure that I'm not allowed to go to sleep at night until I do it. I have a board. You know, I'm not going to show the board, but I have a board there to my right. Daily objectives. It's like a big tick list. I've got a load of other stuff on there, which I'm not showing it, but I'm not allowed to go to sleep at night until I've ticked off every single one of the boxes. If I get home, like let's say tonight, okay, I'm going ice skating tonight. I'm getting ice skating. If I get home tonight after I've just come home from ice skating and I've not completed my daily objectives and I'm tired and I want to go to bed, then it's tough, bro. Like, I've still got objectives to do. I'm not allowed to go to sleep until they're done. If you've got discipline like that in your business and you just started a business, if you're willing to just really make this shit work, then first client, let's make it happen, boys. Let's make it happen. I want to see so many new banging growth offers in 2024. Let's make it happen, boys. Keep grinding.